Hey there guys, it's Joey, and this is going to be my interpretations of the Ogham runes. And the Ogham runes are sort of a natural continuation for me because I've gone through the Nordic runes and sort of seen them through a Celtic scope. So the natural progression for me is then to go on and understand and experience and connect with the Celtic runes, which are the Ogham runes. So the first rune that I pulled is this rune here, which is, I think it's Saille, S-A-I-L-L-E, it's Willow. And in front of you can see one of my dubious drawings and the rune itself. So this is the rune. They are all carved on the corresponding wood. They weren't cheap. They were a present, and they were not, well, they were half a present. I paid for half. And they are absolutely gorgeous. And this is my drawing. So if you've watched the Nordic runes, you've seen my drawings before. And I'm really pleased with this one. So as you can see, I've got the camera on a fixed point today, so I may have to move the picture around. But as you can see, the rune itself is again with the sort of wooden stave design, as if wooden staves are put together to make the rune itself. And then we have some of the meanings, emotions. Let's zoom in a little. There we go. Emotions, and I have a happy face and an unhappy face connected. Feminine energy with a triple goddess, Saille at the top. Psychic abilities of an eye, and moon rituals over there with a little moon. So as you can see, above the rune drawing itself we have the moon, and then sort of a necklace ideal or a prayer bead around the top of the rune with the moon, the eye and the cup. And that's sort of, you know, the moon being the moon obviously in the goddess aspect, the eye being for intuition and opening up your eyes and seeing things for they are and psychic abilities, and then the cup down the bottom for emotions and all that sort of thing, the water element as well. So we're going to zoom out again. This rune does not like sitting on its... there you go. Right, so if we move... I'm moving the camera, there we go. So then you can see my sort of interpretation of willow branches falling between the rune itself. We have the triple goddess image over here, and then there is a doorway with the river coming off, a sword into the river, a cup with water streaming out of it into the river, and leaves falling into the water, and then two apple halves floating within the river. So I'm going to actually read to you my findings, my initial meanings from books and things for the rune. I haven't done that with the other runes because someone else has done it every week, but for the Ogham runes I'll read the generalised meanings for you. So from my little booklet that came with these runes: feminine energy, fertility, psychic powers, intuition, cunning, new forces flowing, enchantment. And from Stephanie Woodfield's book, divination meanings: intuition, psychic flashes, secrets revealed, the influence of the moon, reversed being overwhelmed, emotional upheaval, the need to control your emotions. Tree lore: the botanical name for this tree, Salix, comes from the Celtic word Saille, meaning near, and li meaning water. Saille. So I guess the rune is Saille, if I said it wrong earlier. Referring to the willow's love of growing in marshes and along riverbanks. The Celts left offerings for the gods in rivers and other bodies of water. Rivers were seen as doorways where one could enter the other world and communicate with the gods. In the word Ogham of Marin me moin, the phrase hue of the not living is connected to this Ogham rune, referring to Saille's connection to the spirit realm rather than death. Magical uses, psychic work, enhancing your psychic senses, and moon rituals. So as you can see, we have the river down the bottom, and that is connected to the willows growing by river banks, and the door here is connected to the river in the Celtic belief that rivers could open doorways into the other world, and one could commune with the gods through rivers. And there is a sword thrown into the river and apple slices in reference to those giving offerings to the river. There's also extra imagery with the sword in the river being very much tied in with Arthurian myth, which I have discussed before as being connected to Celtic lore. The two apple slices in the water are again offerings to the gods, but apple has that extra intuition, knowledge, association. And then of course there's the cup with the water flowing down into the river, which is actually a tarot image, but I wanted to bring that into this because it conjures up those emotions, you know, the new beginnings, the sort of influence of emotions and intuition, perhaps a little bit more. So I'm actually really pleased with this. I think it's beautiful. I think the art came out absolutely beautifully. Took my time with this, and I have to say I picked up this rune and I felt more of a surge of power than I felt from any of the runes previously, and it brought back already one very clear memory that I had completely forgotten, associated with the willow tree. So I think this is going to be an incredible and enlightening experience for me for this rune. So as I said, I'm doing this basically by myself, and I wanted to keep documenting and keep sharing and keep doing the pictures because it helps me, and it's part of something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing that, and if anyone else enjoys it, which I know a couple of people do at least, so you know, I'm going to share them and keep going and keep documenting it, because it's an interesting way of documenting my interaction with my path as it grows. So that's it for this video. It's all my own work and intellectual property, the drawings, all my own work, etc. And yeah, many blessings.